Hello everyone. I wanted to come on here and show you guys something that I was working on last week. I laid this lace down, so hopefully it will be able to be better for you to see these instead of with the desk, because that print really drives me crazy on this desk top. I've been making tabs, fabric tabs, and I wanted to make a bunch up so I would have them ready for my journals. And I wanted to show you what I did. I actually, instead of just using like the fabric, which you can see this one is just lace here, there's fabric here, and then there's lace behind. And it is on cardstock. You can see that. So what I did, and you can see it's crooked, it's hard when you are looking at it this way. My cardstock kept moving, so I just cut it down where I wanted it. But what I did was I used the cardstock because it's easier to just have it stored and just grab, and I can use it not only as, let me show you. Usually I use my tabs, you know, my fabric tabs on the side. You can also use them, first they're usually not this big, and I'll explain why some of them are that big. But you can use them on the side like this is your page, and so that's what would stick out. Okay, and you know, most people use tabs for that reason. You could do them at the bottom. You can also do them at the top. I do some of mine at the top and let them stick out at the top, which I think are pretty. You can also make them and put them inside instead of sticking out. You can have them inside just as an embellishment, and that's why I made some bigger. And then it's easier with the cardstock on the back, and they're already sewn, to just glue that down. And I wanted to make a bunch up, so I just made different ones. This one has got like some pinks and some greens, and there's just different layers. There's 3 different layers of lace there. And so what I would do to catch everything is I would come up here and sew, and then lift this up here, and then sew here. And so that way it's all caught. But I didn't want to sew across here because I had done that on one, which I don't know where it's at, but it did not look good at all. So I just started lifting it up and then sewing the second set. That way they would be caught. And then I would just go back and cut the cardstock, the excess off that I didn't need. So I would start with a bigger piece. Now this one I only needed the one stitch straight through, and then I would just go back and cut off the excess, like I said, the cardstock. And some of these are the same because I made them in sets. So, and they're really cute. And so this here could be cut right down to here. You would only need this one little piece of cardboard or cardstock. So you could just cut that completely off. But I left some of these so I could show you guys what I was talking about. And so for an example, this one here, you've got 3 layers, and if I needed to, I could have lifted this up and sewn across here if there was something that didn't catch up here. But you wouldn't want to do it right here because it didn't look good. If I could find that one, I will show you. And here's one that I did lace on both sides. But I just made a bunch of these. These here were actually part of the print you might recognize if you bought any of my washi. This is from the Memory Lane washi, and this was my clothes from when I was a little girl. This is actually a skirt. And so I went around and cut the whole bottom of the skirt off. And so it looks like this. And you'd have your fabric under here, and then you had your lace on top. And so I actually just used those, if you can see that. And I'm just gonna leave them the way they are and use as little tabs. And I think those are so cute. And then there's some more, there's all different kinds. I just grabbed some scrap fabric. There's another one of those. And some scrap lace, and I sat down and I just went to town putting these together with paper clips. And then after I was done, here it is. I went over and sewed them all. So here's the one that I did the double. I'm hoping you can see that. See, I sewed it right here. and I should have lifted it up and sewn underneath this one. And it just does not look as good. It just looks kind of funky, so I don't like that one at all. But yeah, I would lift it up to sew it, which I'm gonna do something with that one, but I'm not gonna waste it, but I'll figure something out. But I did some, like here, it was the same thing. I sewed right here and then here, and it kind of gathers. Can you see that gathering right there, that little bit of like air in there? It kind of made like a pocket, and I didn't like that. So I started lifting them up and sewing underneath. So just a quick video to show you guys some of the stuff I've been working on. Give you some ideas. Grab your scrap fabric and your laces and trims and just sit down and make you a bunch of clusters up. You know, put them right on some scrap cardstock. Everything was scraps. And then I just, I love that. It's very vintage. And I just cut it down. Like here's another one I need to cut down. But I went ahead and just sewed it on, and then I will fold this part down like that, and I'll trim here and then fold it up and trim what I don't want there. So that's it. But they turned out really cute, and I'll have a stash ready for when I just wanted to grab, you know, a tab or an embellishment for my journal. So I thought I would share and hopefully inspire you guys to make some of your own. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.